What's going on, guys? Edward here, back with another video, and today I'm gonna show you how I caught these two beautiful trades today. And the coolest part is that I actually send the idea, both ideas, to the free group. So if you're not in this Telegram group yet, please go ahead, find the link in the description below and join, because I try my best to do it every day. Although not every day I have a clear, so clear direction as some other days, right? So I sent this picture here at 7:55 a.m. my time. This was around, I think it was 6:55 a.m. New York time, because of the daylight savings. Now I happen to today this trade, I took it very early before New York session, so I actually took the trade in London. So it was a cool setup anyways. This is the idea that I sent right here to the group. Now what I was seeing is just basically an accumulation here, manipulation going into a 15-minute fair value gap. This was actually on the 5-minute time frame, this picture. And as you can see here, price had already rejected this 15-minute fair value gap, and we had a bearish fair value gap right here. This candle, this one in particular, this one right here, closed above. Like you can see it. Yeah, I don't actually need to draw the fair value gap right here, because you can kind of literally understand that this candle closed above this bearish fair value gap. So I could have entered right there. I could have used that inversion fair value gap as an entry. I could have entered there and place this stop loss below this low. I didn't do it though. I wanted to wait a little bit more, because again, the only bad thing about my setup this day, this entry, is that it was London, you know, and I normally don't trade London this early. So anyways, 7:55, and then at 8:42 I sent this picture. Of course, I was showing already that I had entered with my team, right, and on my VIP group. And this is of course where I show I send my students the actual entry and stop loss and take profits. So you see right here basically what was happening. Let me break it down. This is the first entry, and then also the second projection as well. I also, look at this was just so beautiful right here, because I told everybody here again on the free group at 10:20 what was going to happen, or at least what was my vision, right? I was still strongly bullish. I didn't think price was going to drop, even though we were tapping a 4-hour bearish fair value gap. Let me actually explain those two right there. It's coming from here, right? Coming from the higher time frame. So what is it that happened recently, right? You remember we had a big push. If you don't remember this push right here, it was last week. We started flying since the opening, pretty much since Sunday. Market started flying right here, and Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday started choppy. Then Thursday it started actually reversing, and then Friday ended up dropping as well. So now this week, this was Monday, Tuesday, and today here. So what happened, I marked up the you can use the Fibonacci or the Gantt box, whatever tool you have, to identify the midpoint, pretty much premium and discount. So notice that since yesterday, Tuesday, we're entering already this discount area. So I marked up a block, right? There's an order block right here, this 2 down close candle. When this candle breaks above it, that's an order block. So I want you to notice what happened right here. See what happened? This daily candle from today actually tapped that. It actually went a little lower, so it did give it a little kiss. So let's go lower time from here, and this is what I'm saying. This, oh shoot, notice this very big drop from yesterday, right? I ended up catching a buy as well yesterday. I caught this buy, this move, And then after that, price reversed entirely and dropped. And it kept going down during Asian session, down to the point that this is where it tapped it. Excuse me, guys. Being still very sick. So, as you can see here, tapping the block, right? When was this happening? At around 8:40 p.m. last night. This happened last night, Asian session. So after that, price pushed up, and then it started accumulating, leaving this nice double top right here. So, excuse me. Right here, we noticed that at 5:50 a.m. this morning, London session, prices started breaking below this range, right? This accumulation right here. So, what happened after that? The price dropped, swept, and then we almost immediately retraced back up, right? It didn't have the volume I wanted, but hey, this is what I'm saying. If we go here, that was the candle, you know, that I could have entered. I could have entered there. That candle closed above this bearish fair value gap, so turning this fair value gap into an inversion. So that candle, I could have buy here, stop loss here, and then target at least somewhere here in this double top. Excuse me, right? Now, why I'm targeting high? Why I actually want to go up? Well, if you notice on a 4-hour time frame, notice this big drop right here. I also called out this move yesterday, entering on this 4-hour bearish fair value gap. I caught a move to the upside, right? And notice that the price pushed, tapped into the 4-hour fair value gap, and retraced. So nice respect right here. So what was the price doing? It was just correcting, right? After an impulse, price was correcting, and then another impulse, and then you see now today I was kind of looking at that correction. You see that we have a 4-hour fair value gap right here. I was kind of expecting also a reaction here to drop. Like I was telling my students that I was 60% bullish and 40% bearish. You know, if I would have seen a rejection here, I probably could have entered on sales, but there was a reason why I did not ended up actually entering on a sell, and I will tell you why. What was the reason? So pretty much right here, as you can see at this move, I did not enter there. I waited a little bit more. I know price is tapping a 15-minute fair value gap. If I use my Fibonacci from the low to this recent high, I know I'm in discount. Right? Excuse me. I know I'm in discount. You see, price actually went to discount, tapped the fair value gap, and now we have an inversion, right, on the 5-minute. So I didn't get in there. I waited a little bit more. I wanted to wait for another block, another order block creation. So I will tell you where I was entering, which was somewhere around that area. When that candle closed, a couple seconds later, I was actually taking the entry, and I placed my stop just below that low, right? This order block right here. I knew this inversion fair value gap was still, still valid, and we still we're gonna try to push higher right here. I really like the accumulation, the manipulation. I know I'm in distribution now, right? And this is very attractive. That double top right there, that's my target. That's all I'm trying to target right there in this entry, right? This is still London session, so I'm still taking the trade. That's the risk. The risk is that I'm entering at London session. So what happened after that? You see that price actually pulls back, taps the block and respect it. You see it creates a block right here. Jesus, there you go. Taps the block, taps it, respect it, created another block right here. So price kept doing that, and see that boom. So it was smashing TP. Now New York session right here was opening, right? Now this is when New York session opens. And we were hitting TP at New York in New York session now, right? So after this was hit, I was waiting. I wanted to see what was going to happen now in this area, because I know we are tapping that 4 hour, right, in efficiency. So if I had a very good, clean, like quick rejection to the downside, I'm sure I could have taken shorts. I could have taken actually sells, right? But if you notice, this rejection never happens. Like we didn't have any big strong rejection to the downside. We just kept going. You know, we swept this double top and we actually broke above it, and we kind of just continue going. And then it started slowing down, and then we start kind of slowly, in a slowly pace, going to the downside. So I used my fib, right? At this point, I'm just thinking, if you take a look at the indicator right here that I'm using to spot higher time frames, right? So these candles right here are marking up the 1 hour time frame, right? While I'm on the 5-minute time frame, this indicator right here is telling me how the 1 hour time frame looks like, right? At least the last 5-minute candles. I'm sorry, the last 5 1 hour candles. So as you can see, there is a gap, right? Since 6 a.m. in the morning. Yes, this is the 6 a.m. candle, 7 a.m. candle, and the 8 a.m. candle. We've been pushing up for the past 3 hours, right? Which is this push right here. I caught that move, right? I actually caught that. That was the move that I caught. So you see that there is a fair value gap. I'm going to stretch this moving, this zone right here. You see there is a fair value gap, which comes from here. So there's a 1 hour fair value gap. That's my higher time frame fair value gap in this recent impulse, right? New York session just opened. So I was live on Discord when I was actually looking for this entry, and I was telling my guys, I'm expecting, I'm gonna wait for price to pull back into this 4 hour fair value gap using the GAN box or Fibonacci, right, to detect where is discount again. So I want the price to pull back to discount, enter of course on the 1 hour fair value gap, and I will look for a change in state of delivery or an inversion fair value gap. One of those two models, right? I'm gonna look for right here. So I think I was checking on the 15-minute, and I spotted this inversion right here. I knew since this candle closed below, right? That candle closed below this last bullish fair value gap. I knew that was an inversion, so I knew price would probably pull back, right? It's in the pullback phase. So I'm not trying to sell. I just didn't like the sales here. I didn't think price was in fact going to crash, just because of how strong we close above it. I don't see any big gigantic wick. Do we see any big gigantic wick rejection, right? Like to the upside, like price push and retrace all the way back down? No, I'm not seeing any of that. I'm not seeing a strong selling pressure at all. So I'm still more focused in the buy. So I'm waiting for that. And notice what happens. So right here, 9:30, right? I want you, let me actually bring it back here. I went a little bit too quick. Let me actually go to the 1 minute, because that's where I spotted my entry. I went all the way down to the 1 minute. And then, where's 9:30? 9:30 here, right? So price pushes up and then starts dropping back down. Boom. And as the price drops, notice this, sweeps this liquidity, this little accumulation here that we had, right? Little total soup right there. So price sweeps that. S&P 500 fails to take this lows. So that means that I'm forming divergence. I have a divergence now. I have a fair value gap right here. Bearish fair value gap. I'm waiting for that fair value gap to get broken. Boom, right there. When that candle closes above this, that is my inversion fair value gap model. Plus, we can also see that this is a change also, a change in the state of delivery. That candle right there, when it took this low, and then we have the next one retracing back up, we technically have a change in state right there. Although, as you can see also, my indicator that is still spotting. It's just detecting this, which is not bad. This right here is also considered one single move right here in this area, right? So the changing the state of delivery, if I have a candle closing above this high, the indicator, my indicator, will print a buy. So what happened after that? I was already in a buy position. And you see now the indicator, right? The Skynet Pro indicator also detects the buy now when that candle closes above it. And it gives you the stop loss. That's the entry point. It gives you TP1, TP2, and TP3 with the standard deviation projection right here, right? So anyways, I was paying attention to my setup. I was not paying attention to the actual indicator. Just wanted to show you that it also spotted the move anyways. So I was already in, and just the rest is history. Notice that price did a little pullback, but from there it just started pushing and pushing to the upside, going nicely. Now, in this move, originally, I was targeting a 1 to 2 risk to reward in this trade. But because it was displacing so quick to the upside, I decided to, I did close most of my positions at a 1 to 2. So it was something like that. Something like that. That was my main target. Literally it, because I knew that we're still entering in this 4 hour. We could still reverse, you know, completely. So that was my main target. So it did get hit, and then I left a runner. It's just a small position, just to see, hey, like if we do end up breaking through this thing, we might actually go all the way to the high from the day before. Being honest, I didn't think price was actually going to reach there, but look at what it did. Let me hide this for a second. So this is where price currently is. So it did end up pushing to the upside. Now look at this, pay attention, because now it's pulling back. Now of course markets are about to close. Are we still in the daily? Yeah, 16 minutes for the daily candle to close, right? And notice the pullback, right? But it's necessary to pull back. Look, we've been flying since 9:30, right? So price is pulling back to where? To discount, right? Now, notice that we just generated more liquidity. We literally just generated more liquidity now at the top. So I know for fact that we're gonna go through those highs. Now I hope it happens tonight. If it doesn't happen, I don't care. I know that we just generated more liquidity. This is a resistance, right? So, support and resistance traders, they just got in here, selling, thinking the price is now going to go all the way down here. I don't think it will do it, unless, I don't know, maybe some fundamentals happen overnight. But I think we're going to probably chop around here, because the bad thing is now we are in Asia. I mean, Asia session is about to start. We're still in New York. It's about to finish. So we're probably going to be chopping around until, I don't know, maybe London session or the overnight. Let's see what's going to happen. But yeah, I'm still in that position, but very small, no biggie. So anyways, hope it makes sense right here. This was full ICT. I sent this anyways to, of course, mainly to my VIP group, and I did trade with them today live on Discord. They can get to see me trade live and make my executions live, ask me questions, everything in there. And I send the ideas to the free group. So if you want to be part of this group, just go ahead and join. I will leave the link in the description below. It's free, you know, and from there you can make your decision whether you want to join my team and just be part of my team forever, because right now I'm charging a one-time payment. There's a one-time payment, you're part of my team forever. Just go check out also my website, teamprofitsenglish.com. You'll find the information in there. So that's pretty much it, guys, for today. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new, give it a big thumbs up. It motivates me to keep posting content here for free, guys, so you can learn, and appreciate you guys. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.